This is the first faster-than-light spaceship in human history. Veteran astronaut John is preparing for the final test before flight. He's about to fly to Mars on the spaceship named Shadowless. The distance between Earth and Mars is 400 million kilometers at its furthest. At its nearest, it takes more than 3 minutes to reach 55 million kilometers at the speed of light. How long will it take for mankind's first faster-than-light spaceship? The spacecraft sails into the predetermined course after leaving the space station. Before the launch of the spaceship, John looks at the photo of his wife and kid. He feels bad. Just a few days ago, John promised his wife that he would return safely. Meanwhile, his wife and kid are also watching him in front of the TV. After confirming everything is okay, the spaceship starts the first faster-than-light flight for all mankind. It instantly disappears among the stars at the speed of light. Out of the constraints of time and space, also lost all communication signals. 3 minutes later, John successfully arrives near the orbit of Mars. The speed of the first flight is 1.25 times the speed of light. The command center is boiling. The wife at home finally breathes a sigh of relief. After the Shadowless enters Mars orbit, communication is back to normal. John immediately carries out his task, putting a quantum-entangled satellite in orbit around Mars, establish a real-time communication link between Earth and Mars colonies. After completing a series of complex operations, John prepares to launch the spaceship to return to Earth, but at this moment, there seems to be a problem with the ship's engine. The command center notifies John to turn off the engine and troubleshoot now. But just after John shuts down the engine, the spaceship suddenly lost control. It seems to be drawn by some mysterious force. The spaceship disappears instantly. The Shadowless has completely lost contact with the command center. When the ship stops again, the hull has been severely damaged. At this time, John comes to an unknown territory. What shocks him even more is, a huge space station appears. The entire space station looks like a giant Dyson sphere. Is this a product of an alien civilization? Or enter another parallel universe? Just when John is at a loss, the space station emits a blinding light. The light beam pulls the tiny spaceship slowly approaching the station. This surprises John. Not only does he become the first person to fly faster than the speed of light, also becomes the first human to contact an extraterrestrial civilization. At the same time, the glass of the hull is starting to crack. Now John is ready to sacrifice. He picks up the photo of wife and kid, says his final farewell. But at this moment, two crystal-shaped spaceships fly out of the space station. After a while of scanning, they take John out of the wrecked spaceship, bring him back to the giant space station, and the Earth headquarters has lost contact with John for 24 hours. His wife can only stare out the window in a daze. But just when everyone thinks the search is hopeless, the command center suddenly detects a celestial body near the space station. After a while, those two crystal ships fly out from the center of the celestial body, quickly fly to the Earth. John's wife and kid also hear a loud noise from the yard. When the two rush to the door, they find that these two unidentified objects are printing out John bit by bit. Isn't this a higher level of cut and paste? After completing this series of operations, unidentified objects leave the Earth in an instant. John now is also awake. He walks towards his wife and kid. The reunited family hug each other tightly, but at this moment, a bright light appears near Uncle's temple. Then here comes the problem. Is John who returns to Earth still the original him? When Shadowless was preparing to return to Earth from Mars orbit, it was not an engine failure. It's the extraterrestrial civilizations aware of faster-than-light flight, deliberately intercepted the Shadowless. It's like a car speeding on the highway and being stopped by the traffic police. This can't help but make people think whether the Earth or the entire solar system will be a huge cage. Maybe we humans are just a product of a higher civilization, but even so, it can't stop us humans from exploring the mysteries of the universe.